What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we begin the journey with the new C7 Corvette, the 2019 Corvette with a check engine light and no fuel gauge. So it is November 16, 2019, 6:30 in the morning. We have an appointment at Bob Howard at 7. We're going to head up there right now and find out what they say. From what I understand, this is most likely a fuel sending unit issue. They're going to have to replace it. It requires removing the transmission. Labor is $2,200. Now, of course, because the car is under warranty, I won't have to pay for that. The issue we're running into is parts are back ordered 2 months. The Oklahoma limit law says I can only be without the car for 38 consecutive days before the manufacturer has to buy the car back. Now, I'm not trying to be a thorn in Bob Howard's side, or I definitely don't want to do that, but at the same time, guys, hopefully they can understand that I don't want to pay for a car for 2 months, and not to mention the tags on this are $2,000. I've got to pay that next month. Taxes, tags, title, all that stuff. I don't want to be paying all this money for a car that I can't drive for 2 months while they loan me a Chevy Cruze. I already have a Chevy Cruze. If I wanted a Chevy Cruze, I would have just been driving the one I've got, you know. They're not going to loan me another Corvette, that much I can guarantee you. So I don't want to put the cart before the horse here, but that's kind of my position is if they tell me I'm going to be without my car for a couple months, I'm going to say at that point I'm going to, you know, go through the limit law to force the manufacturer to buy back the car. Hopefully at that point they'll take care of their customer and they'll just swap it out for another one. Base model, another red one. I'm perfectly fine with the stick shift, and everybody's happy. So instead of standing here talking about it, let's go find out what the dealer has to say. I am so pissed off right now. The car died. It's not running. I'm on the highway, and that dealership right there that says Bob Moore. Okay, well, the Chevy dealer is right there in front of it. Actually right there. That is the Chevy dealership I'm going to, and I'm literally stuck on the highway. The car just stalled out. Acted as if it was out of gas, which it may be. I've only driven 140 miles. I didn't think I would have run out of gas in 140 miles, but just so you can see I'm not screwing with you. Yeah. I can't believe I'm like late for my appointment, and the freaking dealership is right there. It's right there. I could probably just get out and walk, but they've got a big dividing fence right here, so you can't even get through it, man. Oh man, I'm gonna call the dealer and see if they can come over here and help me. This is absolutely ridiculous. Well, I figured it's about time for an update, since it's been, well, for you 2 seconds, but for me it has been over an hour. In fact, we're sitting at about an hour and 20 minutes broken down on the side of the road. As you can see, traffic has really picked up. It is Saturday, November 16th, as I said, at 6:30 this morning. It's now 8:30. The car is, you know, still sitting here with the flashers going, and I'm still broken down with the dealership sitting right there. Gotta love the blue OnStar button. I called OnStar to find out what's going on. I never got an update, you know, from Chevy Roadside Assistance. Never got an update. So I called them and I was like, hey, I was told I wasn't going to be here that long. I'm in a fairly busy area. This is a 5-lane road right here. This is a really busy part of Edmond. So I figured it shouldn't take this long to get a tow truck. And I call, and the lady says, oh, oops, our automated system couldn't find a provider in your area. So she's going to have to manually go through and start calling tow truck providers. So basically what that means is she has to call everybody until somebody agrees to come and get me. And in the meantime, I'm still sitting here with the dealership sitting right across the street. Now, I thought about just walking over to the dealership, but there's a big fence you probably can't see. Maybe you can, I don't know. There's a chain link fence that just, it runs all the way down. So it's like they put a fence there, so if you break down on the side of the highway, you cannot get to a safe spot. They literally built a fence so that when you break down, you are just stuck. So how do I feel about Chevrolet right now. Again, I want to be very specific that I'm not mad at Bob Howard Chevrolet yet. We'll see when I get there if they're going to do the right thing and take care of their customer, or if they're going to be like, well, you know, tough luck, which is what most dealerships will probably do. I'm hoping that they really decide to do what's right and take care of me on this. But it's been my experience with so many other dealerships that once the sale is made, they just don't care about you anymore. You know, once that financing is done and they know that they are paid, that they're funded for the car is not their problem anymore. And they're just happy to get that money and move on to the next one. So we'll see. I'm really hoping that this is going to be a different dealership, because the buying experience here was so much better than it's been at almost any dealership ever. Yeah, you've got a whole freaking lane, like what, half a mile back there that you could merge over, but you wait until you get right up on me and the lane ends, and that's when you decide it. God, I want to get out with a baseball bat and just start smashing people in the head. Anyway, I'm having a bad day. This whole experience really has left a very sour taste in my mouth. It really has. Like, it was such a good experience at this dealership, but now my experience with Chevrolet, and I'm a Chevy guy. I am a Chevy guy, and right now I am reconsidering that, seriously. We'll check in a little bit with an update, or we'll still be sitting here an hour from now. So we got a little bit of an update. I got a phone call from a company called All City Towing, and the guy said, this just has me concerned. I mean, I'm not a tow truck driver, obviously, but he said, well, if we can't get that into neutral, we're just going to have to drag it up my truck. And I'm like, I mean, I understand that the tow truck driver didn't know that this was a stick shift, and I get that. And obviously, we can get it into neutral. That's not a problem. But it's like, is that how you properly tow a car like this? You know, a low-profile sports car? You just drag it? If you can't get it into neutral, you literally hook chains to it and drag it up the back of a bed? I was under the impression that if you can't get a car into neutral, you would jack up the back end and you would put dollies underneath the wheel. I mean, we're going, what is it, half a mile around the corner to the dealership? I would have thought that you would jack up the back of the car, put dollies on it, and pull it. I don't know, though. Like I said, I'm not a tow truck driver. Maybe somebody out there, one of you watching, maybe you know the proper way. What do you do? What is the proper way to tow a sports car, rear-wheel drive, if you can't get it into neutral? Surely you don't just drag it up a bed. I'm like, what is going on here, man? I feel like I'm dreaming. I feel like I'm in a nightmare, because this is ridiculous. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours now. The guy is 30 minutes away. And he's telling me that, you know, if this was an automatic, he's going to take my brand new Corvette and drag it up the back of this tow truck. And I can't imagine that this is the proper way to do it. But I don't know. Comment below. Let's get to the dealership and let's see how they handle it. I'm also waiting to hear back from Chevrolet. I sent them a direct message on Twitter. Really curious to see what Chevrolet is going to say about all this and how they handle the customer in the midst of... this is like the worst case scenario when you buy a brand new car, is just being stuck, feeling helpless. There's nothing you can do, and sitting on the side of the road in your brand new car right in front of the dealership. It's embarrassing, truly. It really is. It's humiliating. It's frustrating, and it's absolutely embarrassing. All right, so it looks like the tow truck driver is here. That's good news. It is All City Towing Inc. Let's get this thing loaded up and get to the dealership. Fun times. All right, so we're standing here on the side of the Broadway extension here in Edmond, Oklahoma with Bob Howard Chevrolet is literally I'm just looking at it. Like, it's almost like I could reach out and touch it with my hand. Like, on camera, it looks like it's a whole lot further because of the wide angle lens here. But it's literally, I could have, if they didn't have a fence here, I could have walked across the street and I could have been sitting having a latte or gotten an Uber or something, gone out, had some breakfast. I haven't had any breakfast yet. I woke up at about 6:30. I woke up at 6, got out here about 6:30, and proceeded to head to the dealership where now the car is broken down. So it's been about 2.5 hours since the car broke down, since I first got a hold of Chevrolet roadside assistance, and I'm nervous. I'm nervous because I know that parts are back ordered, and I really don't know how the dealership is going to handle this. So I guess for now, let's get in the tow truck, let's get to the dealership, and let's find out what they say. She's loaded up and strapped down. Now we're going to drive around the corner to the dealership over here. I'll tell you what, guys, this is completely ironic right here. I feel like the Corvette gods are mad at me or something. So here's the brand new Corvette, dead as a doornail, on the back of this man's truck, and come over here to the used car part, and look what we got over here, boys. We have my C6. My C6 that never left me stranded, not ever. This car has never broken down in the 2 years I've owned it. It's never left me stuck. There she is. There she is. Do you know, like right now I feel bad, Shelly. I do. I know Jessica named you Shelly. Right now I'm fine with that name because this car, although it's 10 years old and it's not perfect, you know, obviously we still have the tape. You know what I mean? It wasn't a perfect car. It's needed a little bit of service here and there, but it never left me stranded. Not ever. She's a good, solid car. Reliable. And, well, and then you've got this one that's coming off the back of a tow truck with 140 miles on it, with the first issues arising at 40 miles. Gotta love it. Look how cool this trailer is. It's got a joint right here where he can bend it down, lower it down so that you can get your cars on and off without scraping them. I've never seen anything like that before. See how it bows? That is really cool right there. Looks like we got you to your new home. See how long it sits here. Alright, so we're about to take off. This is the loaner car, so I was wrong. They did not put me in a Chevy Spark or a Chevy Cruze. They actually put me in a Malibu. Very happy with it. It's a brand new car. It has 5 miles on it, and hopefully we don't end up having the same problem with this that we had with the Corvette, where in like 35 more miles it's going to blow up on us. They also, what I thought was really cool with this dealership is they have Chick-fil-A, man. Look at this, Chick-fil-A chicken biscuits. You can bet I grabbed just a few of those to take back to the house because I am not shameless at all. Just want to do a quick walk around of the Malibu real quick. Open it up, throw these chicken biscuits in here, and yeah, there's 2 more. All right, cool deal. Hop in this bad boy, and now we're gonna go terrorize the streets in a Chevy Malibu. I'm really not complaining. Truly, I'm not. I got no problem with the Malibu at all. Make sure there's no check engine lights first. Yeah. No, we're good. Everything looks good. It's a nice looking car. So obviously, this has been a very stressful day for me. You know, having a brand new car break down, leaving me on the side of the road, spending 3 hours or 2.5 hours sitting on the side of the road. It's now, I don't even know what time it is, guys. I mean, I got up at 6 o'clock this morning, and it is now 11:05 Yeah. So it has been a very stressful day, but I just want to make sure to reiterate, I'm not mad at Bob Howard. That Corvette could have ended up at any dealership in the country, and it would have been their problem. So for me, it's not about the Corvette breaking down. I mean, obviously I'm upset about that. It shouldn't happen. That's not on the dealership though. That's on General Motors, not the dealership. The dealership had nothing to do with that. The car had 3 miles on it. It was never driven here. It's just one of those things. I have bad luck. I know a lot of you probably think I've got the best luck in the world. Trust me. You don't know my life story. You really don't know the things that happen in my life day to day. You really don't understand that I actually have very bad luck. A lot of bad things happen to me pretty regularly, and Jessica could attest to that because she said she's never seen anybody with luck as bad as mine ever. She's never seen somebody go through the stuff that I have to go through. And again, I'm not complaining. You know why? Because I'm alive. I'm breathing. It's a beautiful day, and I'm happy to be on this earth. I'm happy to be living amongst all of you. Well, not all of you, but I'm happy. I'm happy to be alive. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to complain too much about it. My experience with Bob Howard thus far has been very good. They have taken very good care of me, and that's all I can ask for. They've taken me around and talked to me. Everybody's been very pleasant, very nice, and so far they've done a wonderful job. Now, I don't know if we're going to end this video here or if we're going to continue, in a few days, but just in case I end up making a quick outro because this is going to take longer than anticipated, I want to make sure I put in there Bob Howard's done a great job, and I still can't recommend this dealership enough. Their service department's been great to me. The loaner car is wonderful. It's been an all-around pleasant experience, in the midst of some really bad things happening. So I really do appreciate all the people here at Bob Howard for helping me out. Let's get back to the house, and we'll come back in a few days and find out what they say.